Hello and welcome to Breaking Late. I'm your host, Michael, and with me for our 30th episode, also 12-month anniversary for us, is JD. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Good, mate. The big 3-0.
Yes, 12 months ago, we've been started this show, and we'll welcome another man to our
Yep, one of our good
studio
mates.
who's helped us out before, and he was also looking very much like the Ferrari kid yesterday on the TV, is Mitch. Are you recovered after Rakiten's crash at the start?
Yeah, cheers, mate. But I didn't get to meet him.
Didn't get to meet it?
it's
No.
True.
Well,
It's
maybe.
I just had to cry by myself. I didn't get to shake Kimmy's hand. But that's all.
Well, because a lot of actually other drivers went down and met him. Grosjean went down and met the kid.
That
Well,
kid was
they-
everywhere.
Everyone wanted a
Well,
piece
they
of that
showed him
kid.
they showed him on when they were doing the podium. He looked pretty damn happy to me.
Yeah, I know. Like, met enough kids.
I'm not sure it was real. Maybe his dad put him up to it.
yeah.
Like, Kimmy's crashed. Pinch the kid in the arm. Like,
Ah, yeah. Sweet. Now we get to meet everyone.
oh, it is something that's interesting. Like, this was meant to be the first round of more fan involvement. And they really
Yeah.
seem to have done that. After qualifying, they had all the drivers out on the start-finish line and did the interviews on the racetrack. That was
Yep.
quite odd.
It
I
was
don't
a bit
think
of
anyone
it was
knew
a
what
bit
was
of a
going on.
weird feeling, that, to be honest. It looked a bit awkward. I
Well, the
don't know
fact that
what
the
you guys
TV
thought.
cameras are still
Yeah.
running around going, we're doing the interview on the track, and the driver's like,
It
What?
is awkward. I think if they were more prepared for it, it feels like the drivers didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, it definitely didn't feel like it. It looked like the drivers didn't know where they were going.
Yeah, exactly. And it was cool. A little more organized would be cooler.
Yeah, especially because it looked awkward because they're like, don't touch anyone, don't touch anything too much. You've still got to weigh after these interviews and you've been let out of Parc Ferme area to do this interview. Now you've got to go back in there to get weighed. It looked a bit awkward, the whole
who
situation.
had the drink? Someone had the drink and had to spit it out. I think it was Hamilton or
I'm not sure. I can't
someone
remember.
definitely took a mouthful of water, and they're like, you can't have that. So he just had to spit it out and say to the guys, they're like, I just spat it out. It's all good.
Yeah.
I spit. It's fine.
He's a spitter, not a swallower.
Oh, someone went there.
Yeah. Well, qualifying.
Yeah.
You got any points on qualifying?
Alonso?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, fucking name.
That was
It's pretty spectacular.
that is
wasn't
the
it?
only point of qualifying that we need to talk about. Alonso managed to get that McLaren into P7.
Yeah. The other points I wanted to talk about were Vettel. So everyone was talking about how many updates Mercedes brought to this race, but Ferrari looked like they actually did quite a good job of on their own.
What was it?
Spec car.
051 between the two of them?
0.0, yeah,
051, I reckon
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
0.05 of a second between the two, and they both had sort of a scrappy lap.
Could have
But
done better. Could have done better.
Yeah, Vettel could have quite easily taken pole on that. So that was good to see that the Mercedes hasn't stormed off into the sunset sort of thing with the new spec car. A little bit disappointing with Red Bull, still quite a gap really, and
Quite a gap, mate. Come on.
Daniel really struggled in this race
This
actually.
is first time he's been out qualified by Max this year.
Yeah, well he really struggled in this race 100%. So
Yeah, he was lucky Bottas had that engine failure. He wouldn't have been on the podium otherwise. Definitely not.
he was quite lucky, and he was sort of thanking his lucky stars in the press area afterwards. But
Yeah, or at least he
It's-
knows it, eh?
yeah, exactly. It's
But just
they got lucky, but you got to take those wins.
going back to Alonso's time, that
Points is points, man.
21.048. That's pretty respectable. That's
It's not far off, but
That's not-
Alonso's fast. His car's not, but Alonso is, mate.
Well,
Yeah.
they're starting to come out and say that the McLaren's actually quite a good car now.
it's
They
just
reckon
down on horsepower.
it's
That
the
motor,
third
yeah.
fastest car out there now, chassis-wise. So it's better than the Red Bull chassis. It's better than all the Force India and Williams and all that. But they're just lacking a fair bit of power.
Yeah, that's a fair statement. Like, well, you think about McLaren's past; they've always made good cars. Everyone expected a lot from Honda coming back, and this just hasn't happened yet.
Well, this is my biggest thing with Sauber going to the Honda motor.
I reckon
Sauber-
that's a development deal.
Yeah, but
yeah, definitely.
McLaren make better cars. And so they've managed to
100%,
drag a
yeah.
piece of shit a bit further up the field than what it should be. I mean, all respect due to Sauber where it's due, but they don't make the best cars.
I think this is very much a money deal. Honda need more engines out there so they can progress faster.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Development deal, like, you know, they have 4 cars on the track, so they've got 4 people giving them data instead of
Yeah,
two.
exactly. That's exactly right. Like you look at Mercedes, they've got quite a few teams running Mercedes engines, so they're getting quite a lot of data every race. Probably not the best example because they are the best engine out there, but they're getting all this data on failures and how long they can run them at peak power and stuff like that, so that they can give guidelines.
Well,
to
that's
the
where
other
their
teams.
reliability is coming from, isn't it?
Yeah, you just
Oh,
can't
very
use
much.
Yeah, exactly.
can't use your engine that's done 4 races already.
Yeah, and they've got the. I thought it was quite funny that what'd they call it? I have to find it again. But they basically told Hamilton he couldn't use his magic star or something, too much in the race, which was just an engine setting. So it must be like peak boost, peak timing, peak fuel.
Absolute timing. Let's
Like
do this
full
thing.
power.
Yeah,
you can't
exactly.
get any more power than this.
Yeah. But the engines must be only rated for a certain amount of time at that setting, so they don't want them to burn up through all of that at the start of the race. So they're basically telling him to turn the engine down so that he could go back to it later in the race.
I feel like Hamilton had a hard time listening to the team telling him opportunities were coming later. He seemed to get very frustrated,
Hamilton
but
seemed,
not listening. You
he
know what I
seemed
mean?
pretty buggered. He's
Yeah,
on the.
He was like, when he was talking the race.
Are you running the race? Like, come on, man! You just sit like we're gonna sound like everyone. You're just sitting there driving it. There's no G-force or anything under you.
It was actually quite funny. He did talk about that in the pen as well. He's
Well,
like,
he lost 2 kilos that race. He
Yeah,
reckons.
that's what he said. Yeah.
he said basically going through it all. He said because this race is not high fuel usage and stuff like that, and they didn't have tire deg problems, they could really push the car the whole time. So he said we were pushing hard this whole race, and I really felt it. It's the worst. It's probably, he said, it's the tightest he's felt for a long time in the car.
Well, if that's the case, that makes sense. Like, he did run a good race, so everyone was.
He drove quite well this race. Yeah,
He did really good. Any other major takeaway points from qualifying? You got Kvyat down in 20th. That was pretty piss poor.
I'm not sure what happened there, man.
Well, he was complaining about something being wrong with the car, but I don't think the team found anything in between qualifying. Obviously, they're in Parc Fermé, so they can't really touch the car that much, but qualifying and
They
the
should at
race.
least be able to figure what's going on.
Yeah, well, it seemed like it had a suspension failure or something, so, and who cares? He could pull the car apart. He's at last anyway, so.
Mm.
Yeah, what difference does it make now?
Well, you know, for a team that's struggling, Force India, they managed to get 2 cars in the top 10. That's pretty good, especially with Esteban Ocon.
Their
in
finishing in the race was
Mm.
pretty good too. I was really impressed with them yesterday.
Yeah, they did a great job in the race, I think.
Did you see Martin Brundle's pit walk where he ran into Bernie?
I did.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
like, "Oh, so you're gonna buy Force India and bring back the Bradham name?" And then, like, less than like 2 seconds later, there's Bernie shaking hands with I don't know who from Force India, and he's like, "Is that the deal? Is it done? You bought him now?" And you're like, "Oh,
Yeah, there was all those rumours going around a couple of weeks ago about
Mm.
Bradman want to get back in. Force India struggling, so maybe there's something in there. But
Force India will need to sell their whole team. Like, no one's gonna buy
No
a
one's going to buy
stake
part
into
team.
it
Yeah, no.
if they're not gonna get controlling. stake.
Especially if it's Bernie. Bernie wants control.
Bernie wants that team. Like, if he's going to take it, and like, you know, they did say to him, like, "Would you take the team?" And he's like, "Yeah, probably." Like,
Yeah,
you probably got to pay out enough.
but
to
he's
buy.
not the kind of dude that wants half control. He'll want everything.
Yeah, and then somehow he'll be like, "Oh, by the way, I own Formula One again."
Yeah, I don't ask. It's all good.
it just happened.
Yeah.
That mustache-looking motherfucker, he's out.
And the prices are going
Sweet
up.
stash there.
It is a
big
pretty
stash.
impressive stash. There's a couple of impressive stashes there.
His is the most though.
The,
Yeah.
the
the-
Mercedes boss
yeah,
was there
yeah,
again on the
he's-
weekend.
yeah.
He's got a
Doing
nice
all right.
at
Give
the
a little
end
bit
there.
of wax on the end.
Yeah.
I mean, Libya Media they are heading in the right direction.
They're doing a lot better with their internet presence.
Yeah,
social
the
media,
social
and
media
YouTube
on
videos.
YouTube. Like, now all their videos are posted up to YouTube 1080p at 60 frames a second.
That was Bernie's drama. He didn't know how.
You didn't know how internet worked.
Yeah, mate. TV nobody watches anymore.
No.
Yeah, it's available all the time now. Yeah, it's a lot more accessible.
TV
It's
deals
good.
aren't what make money anymore. That's not where you're at. You need to put yourself out there. You need to be in people's faces.
Speaking of people bumping into people, did you see Pastor Maldonado in the pre-race?
I did see that. He's apparently
I missed
very
that.
happy being a family man.
He's being a family man. He's not racing at the moment. And he said, in a year or two, one day I'll wake up and I'll want to race again. I'll race.
But nobody will give you a job, mate.
He'll have enough.
He'll have enough money to get a job.
That's the drama.
He'll be able to
though.
buy himself
enough money
a
to get a
go-kart
job.
team.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about you, Pastor. Just get your kid into it.
Maybe he should focus on that. His brother is actually coming up through Formula 4, I think I've seen. So that'll be interesting to watch.
A few brothers racing over the last couple of weekends. Yeah,
Palmer's
Palmer's brother, he did quite well in the Formula Renault.
Come second.
He-
Should we
He won the first race in Formula Renault, and he got
Second
second
in
in
the
the
second?
second race. Yeah,
and we'll just do a quick recap of Thomas Maxwell's while we're talking about Formula Renault.
had a shocking
mate.
qualifying.
Really bad on the qualifying. He was
I
20th
can't
or
remember.
something.
Yeah, he started
17th, I
22nd.
think it wasn't.
Mm.
No, he started 22nd or something.
On
in
the first race, he started
Oh, right, I'm
worse than
thinking
what he
second.
did on the
Yeah.
second race. Second
Yeah.
race, yeah, I think
He went
17th, I think.
17th, and then he finished 8th.
Eighth
Well,
on the second race. Yeah.
The first race he did pretty well. I think he started 22nd and he finished in 13th. And then he moved forward again in the second race. He ended up in 8th position, which
It's good
was
to see
great
that he's
effort.
always moving forward, though.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's
definitely.
that's always a good race when if you finish better than where you started. It's not a bad race, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
And
You
this is
take,
his first year.
take a lot away from it. So yeah, he's learning a lot of that team, and hopefully they get qualifying nutted out a bit better next race meeting. I think it might be Monaco actually next race meeting for them. So that's the big ones coming up. So hopefully they get that all sorted.
So if you do want to watch the races, I will link both of the races in the show notes. So just don't forget to click on them and check it out. The Formula One race in Barcelona. Do you want to have a shot at
Oh, we got Lewis
pronouncing-
Hamilton.
I was going to say more pronouncing the circuit.
Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia.
Circuit de Barça de Catalunya.
Yeah.
All right, Mitch got it. So at Barcelona in Spain, lovely place, really nice place. If you ever get a chance to go to Barcelona, go there.
Yeah, cheers, mate, because it's that easy.
It's not that hard. Get on a plane. You're there in like 2 days.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Anyway,
Anyway.
$1,800 kicking, whatever.
Still a very nice place. And great racetrack too. Quite like the Barcelona track.
Looks nice.
It's a pretty technical track, I think.
Yeah, very technical track, and just the scenery is nice as well, which is always good to watch on TV.
Yeah, beautiful place.
And I've played that track a million times on Forza. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. that last section, Sector
really-
3, is very tricky.
Very tricky, but like,
It's rewarding when you get it right.
yeah. When you see them get it right, and it's just good.
Well, you what?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the caliber of drivers, and you expect that for you. You see them do 66 laps.
I kind of
Very few, very few mistakes were made. Was there? There wasn't. There was
There's
a.
a few little ones.
Little ones
Bottas had
here
a
and
couple of
there.
Brake locks and stuff. and
Maybe
that.
Vettel getting a bit too deep,
Yeah.
trying to chase people and stuff. But
Yeah, nearly running into Massa. That stuff kind of
why is it always massive?
All right, let's jump to the start of the race. Your talking points at the start of the race.
Well, I guess we're all got to start at the big one, don't we? Verstappen, Raikkonen, Bottas, first corner.
Do you put blame on anyone, or is it a racing incident? This is
I
something
think,
that
honestly,
I saw
it's
as a
bit
racing.
yeah.
Racing incident, but I'm angry, so he bought us. Fuck off.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't his fault. It was 3 wide into the first turn. It's never going to work. Someone was going to get bumped.
We definitely have, I guess you got to look at the youthful Verstappen on the outside there being optimistic.
Very
going
optimistic, if you ask
3
me.
wide.
Do you think
Yeah.
he?
I think he was
knew
trying a bit
from-
much.
Well, let's
Where
go
Ma-
back a
where
little bit, I
Bottas-
reckon.
Yep.
Bottas got on the brakes so early
Oh, he-
so that he didn't battle with Hamilton
He
to
did.
lose more positions. I think we were talking about
A
team
little
playing
bit, put him in
before,
that,
but
self in
he
that
ve-
position.
he very much let himself. He hopped off the throttle and let Hamilton go forward, so Hamilton can battle with Verstappen, with
Vettel.
Vettel, sorry, and pull back behind them. And then all that did was just open up the area for the other 2 cars to jam up beside him, and then obviously the rest was history.
Yeah.
Contact.
Kimmy being Kimmy, he's going to pass whenever he can. And then, like you say, you've got young Verstappen. He wants to prove himself, doesn't he?
Oh, and he's probably one of the most aggressive drivers
And you
out
don't
there.
blame
If there's
him
a
either.
gap,
This is 12 months.
He's
This is
gonna go
where
for
he
it.
Go
won
for
his
gap.
he
Yeah.
won his first race here. So there was also a lot of media pressure on him. Everyone going, "Oh, can you do it again?" And he's like, "No." Like
If I
gotta
get
be
lucky again,
honest.
maybe, I guess.
Maybe if Bottas and Hamilton come together, I might be able to win it.
Yeah.
If Kimi
well,
and Vettel come together too, then I'll definitely win it.
he did in one of his pre-race interviews. They asked him, "Can you win the race?" And he said, "Yeah, if there's a 4-car shunt."
Yeah. Which 4 cars? Oh, the silver ones and the red ones.
yeah. If they all get tangled up.
Yeah, well, I guess even if all that didn't happen, he didn't really have much hope. Like, when you look at the end of the race, there's Ferrari and the Mercedes. They were a minute ahead of Ricciardo.
And the
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, then Ricciardo was a minute ahead of everyone else, wasn't he? So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, Mercado was the last one other than a Mercedes or Ferrari on the lead lap.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was
Oh.
surprised he didn't get overtaken, to be honest. But
I think at the end of the race, I think he was just sort of pacing himself, to be honest. I think he was quite a long stint in the tyres. I think he just turned it down and went, well, we're not going forward. We're not going to go backwards. Let's just sit in this gap.
well, yeah, because he had something to lose. It's
Should
like if we.
Freestop.
Yeah.
Michael's all about the
right,
three-stop. We'll
right.
talk about that
I
later.
think we want to talk about the three-stopper.
Not yet. We're not ready to that, but
but
you already guessed my opinion on the matter.
Vettel had another great blinding start.
Oh, after
I thought he was going to win it, mate. Dead set.
Yeah.
That start, 7 seconds ahead.
Martin
gone.
Brundle was like, "Oh, and Hamilton's got a great start, mate." What about Vettel that just seems to be gliding away now? Like they're like, "Oh, Hamilton lost it in the second phase of the start." I'm like, "Nah, mate."
It seems like
Vettel
Martin
had that
Brundle
straight
and
off the
Hamilton
line.
share a hotel room these days, though.
Bottas,
Bottas
risky.
Had a decent start though.
Yeah, the start was good, but I think well,
Top four was a good start.
Yeah, what I was going for was the engine situation. Maybe they should have put in another new engine rather than his worn-out engine. It's
Well,
a risky move to race with that engine.
He won the last race.
Risky
but we
move,
know
but-
who's number 2.
Yeah, definitely. He was rear gunner today or yesterday in the race. He fended off Vettel when Hamilton needed it, and
He did a damn good job of it. I wasn't impressed, but damn, he did a good job of it.
yeah, he did a great job.
I was surprised he kept him behind him for as long as he did, especially considering where he was at in his race.
Yeah, it was.
He was
pretty
ready for a
crazy.
stop.
What do you guys think of Saints' exit of pit lane next to Magnussen there?
It's 2 times too many, like, with these pit stop exits for this bloke.
Yeah,
He's
And he's
eager.
screaming about, like, it wasn't Magnussen's fault, mate. That
Yeah,
was
well,
you
we're-
that drove on the grass, not him.
Mitch, you and I were watching the race last night, and we were both just gone, mate, we get it. Like I said, he probably won't be at Red Bull, Toro Rosso next year. I can't see him being at Red Bull.
He's
So
a good
gonna-
driver.
He's a good driver, and
Making
there's
some
talk
dumb
of
moves, though.
Ferrari or moving up in the field, but you got to get these pit exits right. He's really doing dumb rookie mistakes there.
Yeah, I think he's just pushing. He's doing what
It was-
Alonso does.
I think it
and
was his
pushes
home
100
race too, because he was
Yeah,
doing
100
some
Yeah,
dumb
being at
stuff.
home.
120% effort. The one last race, or the race before, sorry, Bahrain. That
Where he
was a
just
bit
ran into
rookie.
him. Yeah.
This one here was, I think he felt that he could bully Magnussen over, and Magnussen didn't move, and therefore he made the grass and yada.
Yeah, but Magnussen didn't need to move. He had no right to be
No, exactly.
pushing him over.
But I think he thought Magnussen.
Yeah,
would
I
give
understand
me
what you're
room.
saying. It's
Yeah.
like, if I push the point, he'll
Yeah.
he'll move. Yeah,
and it didn't happen.
Yeah, the both of them on the radio. There's a Magnussen's engineer like, calm down. We saw it too.
Yeah, but once
was-
again, this is back to like our last episode with the V8s. His engineer deliberately come on the radio to raise the point so that race control could hear that their side of the story because Magnussen hadn't said anything.
Yeah.
And then he said, calm down. Like, Magnussen doesn't even sound all right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because the thing that made me notice was when they're telling him, calm down. I'm like, I don't remember him yelling, mate.
Yeah, I think he was more worked up than Magnussen was.
Yeah, he's
Or he was trying to sell the dummy to...
yeah, to the
well, not the
FIA.
dummy, because he was in the clear.
Yeah, he did nothing wrong for sure.
And
And that's how it
that's the
came out. No,
And that's the silly thing too, because nothing needed to be said. The FIA they're not stupid. They're not going to make a decision on that and look at, you know what I mean? Like, they're
Yeah.
not going to go, oh, Magnussen didn't give him room. Well, he was coming from behind him.
Yeah,
He went onto
exactly.
the grass. He drove down
He
the
did everything
working
to
area.
himself.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, if he'd followed behind, he
He
would
would have got a
have been
much
better
better
off.
run,
But
and
yeah.
he would have just drove around him. Like
Yeah, exactly.
that's
If he
the
needed
thing that
to,
I
he could have
couldn't
done it.
understand.
Yeah.
This super urgency and like, yeah, all right, it's your home Grand Prix. You've got there was a lot of Carlos Sainz fans out there. I swear, one whole stadium grandstand thing. Everyone, if you wanted to sit there, you had to have a number 55 flag.
Yeah, it's true.
I
Oh,
just,
look, he's one of my favourite young drivers in the field. I'd rate him probably higher than Bottas, or I don't know.
He does well. He does very
really
well.
do like how he drives. He's always outperformed his teammates, apart from Verstappen. And Verstappen sat next to now Daniel Ricciardo for a year and done quite well. So
He's a really good driver.
He
He's just got to
deserves
sort
to
his
be in
pit
a main-
exits out. He's too many,
yeah,
man.
but it's only happened twice this year. It
In
wasn't
two
But
happening.
very
races.
close together, though,
yeah,
too.
it's very
Yeah,
close for
but-
us to remember this.
Yeah, you guys are looking at a very small segment of his racing career here. We're looking at a guy that's
Shut up, Teddy.
outperformed his teammate at
Shut
every race meeting nearly.
Shut
Guess who's the more racer one of us three?
up. Someone's driven a go-kart before.
No, someone's made mistakes and been judged for it.
Well, talking about mistakes.
Yes. Okay.
All right. I want to talk about
That dress you wore the other night.
yeah the dresser. It was one
It's
size.
pretty
too
awful,
small.
mate.
Yes.
We all saw the crying kid, right?
Well,
Sid,
we should probably touch
we-
on this in case.
Are we talking about the guy that bought the wrong shirt?
yeah, we're talking about the Ferrari fan just head to toe in Mercedes gear.
And scream.
Did you notice him? Here's the guy. I'll post this photo up. There's a picture of the crying kid in the middle of the screen.
Yes, I have.
And then there's a guy wearing Beats headphones or something with a Mercedes hat, a Mercedes shirt, was going nuts every time a Ferrari
Even in
did
that
something.
photo, he looks a little annoyed that Kimmy's been done.
Oh, yeah.
I do agree. I did notice it a few times in the race when they shoot up to the crowd, and Vettel just passed Hamilton, and all of a sudden, this guy's throwing his hands in the air, "Yeah!" head to toe Mercedes
Yeah.
gear.
Yeah, yeah.
like, who
He
bought you that
obviously went-
Mercedes gear? They should have just gone over one truck over and bought you the red gear.
Well,
Oh,
obviously,
my mum bought me a shirt, mate.
obviously,
And a
the-
hat.
he li-
And a flag.
the black's more slimming.
Red makes me look fat.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a chuckle every time he come on the thing, and it was just like, you wrong team. And it's no different than when you go to the V8s, and then you see people running around with their Walkinshaw shirts and their FPR hat with their 888 flag and
Yeah.
their
You're
Nismo
one
fucking
confused
shoes.
motherfucker.
You're like, what did you do? Did you just like, I support everyone?
I went to the sales, son.
If you're not going to support a team, go buy the track shirt and the track stubby collar that JD's using right now.
Yep. That's
Um,
the old 2016.
we gave one of them
in
away
Valley?
last year.
We did.
Anyway, back to
But
the
yeah, it was pretty special what actually happened. Do you want to run them down through?
So, this small child is Thomas. Is his name, I believe. He's from France.
All I can say is cue 100 crying kids next race.
Oh yeah, everyone. So what
Good
happened is
publicity, this
after Kimi had his run in, and I mean that was a big hit, and that snapped his steering straight away.
I was
Yeah.
devastated, mate. It was ruined. It was crap.
And by Thomas we mean Mitch.
He's crying like
I was
a little bitch.
consoling him on the couch.
Michael's
"It's
doing
all right,
quotations
Mitch."
here for everyone that can't see Michael.
So's JD, by the way.
So Thomas was devastated that his favorite driver crashed out, and he was wearing like head to toe Ferrari gear, more than the guy in the Mercedes.
Oh, yeah, I'd buy this kid every day over the Mercedes guy.
Yeah,
That guy doesn't know what he's going on.
Yeah. At least he
and
knows what team he goes for.
he's so upset. And you look at the photos, and I mean,
He proper crushed,
he
mate.
was just devoed. Like you couldn't do anything to make this kid happy, but turns out Ferrari done something that they don't normally do.
Yeah.
They ran around, grabbed him and his family.
Yep.
Come down to the accommodation trucks or the
Down to pit lane and
yeah, down in the pit lane and where all the food and stuff is.
But it surprises me a little bit that Kimmy got into it. Like, I love Kimmy, but he's kind of the punk of the F1.
I think
He's
he's
I was
changed a little bit.
surprised that.
Kimmy's got a kid now. He understands.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
think
guess
so.
that's true.
I think he can see how much that was going to mean to that kid, and I think that's what turned him there.
Well, they gave him.
Yeah, it wasn't.
they
It was
gave
still
him
a little surprising to see someone that we've always called the Iceman
Yeah.
be so warm to a kid. Like, he even had a smile on his face. You
I
never
know.
see Kimmy smile, mate.
I know,
That's
gonna
what
be a new
surprised me.
meme.
It's like,
I mean, there's a photo of it.
okay, it's not a smile, but he's happier
Yeah,
than
but he's
normal.
Oh,
happy.
come on. That's an
Kimmy
Icelandic
smiling.
grin.
And there's
from Finland, mate.
Grosjean getting in on it. Like, he's like, I don't even know who you are. So we're looking at a photo of Grosjean and Thomas. Ethan got the red shorts. God, that must have cost a fortune.
How
I
do you
was
get
about
in the
to say
pits
he's
with
got a
open
red-
shoes, mate?
I was about to say he had a
How
red
do you get in the
watch, but that's
pits with
Grosjean.
those shoes on?
Open shoes. I got kicked out of Hidden Valley for that.
I mean,
Wasn't even a V8 round.
but, I mean, you got to have good seats anyway if you're going to have the cameras on you because you know, like, they're not filming Bogan Hill.
Well, they are.
They do. I love it.
Old mate with his flags.
For all the different
Oh,
reasons.
that-
I seen him again. I seen him at Phillip Island.
That's it.
The guy that carries the flags at Hidden Valley with all the... He's got like a million of
Like
them. and he
800
wears the-
Holden flags.
Yeah, and the trench coat with all the badges and stuff
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw him wearing the trench coat at Phillip Island this year on TV.
Did he have his flag stick though?
No, he didn't have the flag stick, but he had all
Probably
the...
wasn't
Probably
allowed to
hard
take
to
it on
freight
Qantas.
Let me just take these javelin poles.
Anyway, back to the Formula One. Lil Thomas managed, he would look stoked at the end of
At the podium when
At
they
the
showed him
podium, yeah.
again.
He was pretty happy. One thing I was actually going to touch on, I think Bogan Hill might have a grandstand on it this year.
That's it.
What?
Hidden
No,
Valley.
that's where I'm sitting.
That ruins it, mate.
Well,
Yep,
where
I-
where
That
are
That
you
ruins the
getting this
vibe. It's next to the
information?
bar. It's
There is a
sweet.
competition running at this present. Everyone, if you want to get onto NT Motorsport,
Do it, Michael. Do it.
NT Major Events, I think it is, to name the new grandstand, which will be on, I believe, Michael will probably come with some facts in just a second. Sprung this on everybody.
Just a little bit.
Turn 10 will have a grandstand on it. We're talking about Hidden Valley for all the people that are not from Darwin out there. So there'll
That's
be...
no fun. That ruins the vibe, mate. That's what was fun about it.
Well, the competition is to name it. So you can name it, and you'll get, I think it's 4 corporate tickets.
It better be Bogan Hill.
The Bogan Hill grandstand.
I don't know
Oh,
if
that
that'll
sounds a bit
stick.
shit. Yeah, that sounds a bit shit.
I've got down here, Seb's pass was unreal. Which pass would that have been?
You're talking about...
I didn't write incoherent notes, so I'm not sure, mate.
I believe,
That's the
I believe
Bottas
the one
one.
where he went up on the grass and
Yeah, that was
passed
pretty
Bottas.
crazy. Yeah,
That was high commitment. He knew he had to get past.
So we have...
He had to then and there. It was when it had to be done. That was, and even then, it wasn't soon enough.
It was, Bottas ruining the race for everyone.
Just a little bit.
Great pass, though. Very smart.
It was-
Outside. We went
I
inside,
don't know about
outside.
smart, but
Well, we had to
Oh,
double
the
trick him.
the
But
trick him,
Vettel
yeah,
had to
yeah.
double trick him. He went up
Sold
the
the dummy.
inside, then the outside, then Bottas moved over, and you can't move over again. And up the inside, and
I think Bottas maybe knew the dummy was coming, but what can he do about it?
once you've moved, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's like you got to defend yourself, but then anyway, that was a good pass actually. Now
It was
I'm
probably one of the
remembering it
best
now you talk
passes
about
of the
it,
of the race.
good racecraft. That's what it was.
Yeah, I haven't found any of this information about turn 10, so you're telling porkies.
Yeah, it was. I'll find it for you at the end of this, and you can link something in it.
Quickly jumping back to the V8s in Darwin, JD's finally dug through 8 miles of crap on his Facebook, and we have found the post.
Mom spaghetti.
They're going to ruin the V8s and put a grandstand on my seat.
Oh, don't knock it till you try it. You never know. You might like it.
Tickets at $860, mate. I'm not paying that much.
I think
That's
That
for
says
free.
prize valued at.
all right. Well, so that's 3. Like, well, someone bust out a calculator. I've had too many beers to figure that out in my head.
It's like
A $70 ticket wasn't it used to be like $90 these days? I don't know.
$90
It's $90 a ticket these days.
You going to the Gold Coast V8s, mate?
No,
so
I
it's
have not.
$280.
Do not.
So it's basically $290 a ticket to sit in this grandstand.
That sucks because that was our hill. That was our spot.
I remember
That cost us $90.
$90, $70.
Turn up
Used
7
to
in
be
the morning
$55.
and tell everyone else to get out.
Yeah.
Well, not get out. Just this is my spot.
Maybe that's the tickets you win.
Maybe. But I
Which
assume
could be
you
But
to
wouldn't
a
the
corporate
tickets you
tent.
win
Wouldn't
be
your
for
tickets
the
win for the
grandstand
grandstand that you
that
named?
I
you
think
just
so, but
named?
there are other grandstands around the track.
That are probably better.
This is the first time they've added a grandstand. I mean, last year they took away the gravel trap.
Yeah,
There's
that
no
was-
money in the
No,
territory
the
at
year
the moment.
before.
Yeah, but there's no money in the territory at the moment. So no one's like, you're not getting all the businesses
Like big corporates.
buying. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
corporates
yeah.
falling. You're getting the numbers in the general personnel to the ground, but you're not getting corporate.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
it's been
100%.
down.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
All right,
Moving
so
back
that's all
onto
the
the
rest of
race.
that. We'll go back to the Formula One. We've talked about Verstappen's pass on Bottas. What else have you got?
What about the Mercedes strategy to come in at the very end of the virtual safety car?
Good call.
I still think Mercedes just played Ferrari, and Ferrari fell for the trap.
Yeah, yeah.
It really feels like they were like, oh, my tyres. You know, Hamilton was complaining. Mercedes were pushing to keep him out there. But him complaining on the radio was enough for Ferrari to go, we need to jump in. We'll undercut him. And it didn't work. It
ruined their
big
race.
time. It did. It
And
did.
Ferrari have fallen for this before.
Yeah, exactly. And they could have had this race. This race was theirs to lose, and they lost it.
Mm.
Yeah, agreed. It was sort of, they probably tried to force Mercedes into an early pit stop that Mercedes were wise enough not to buy the dummy, and they just kept going and pushing longer, which was much to Hamilton's distaste.
Yeah,
He was not happy about that situation.
all the radio messages were opportunities at the end, mate. Opportunities at the end. And it paid off.
It shows their programming and stuff that they dial all their data into must be pretty accurate.
Yeah, they're on top of it. You know, 2 years or however long of domination, you learn how to win.
Yeah.
Can we jump into now my 3 pit stops?
Okay, you
agree.
can talk about your 3 pit stop strat.
Ferrari should have done 3 pit stops.
They should have
Early
given
on.
it a shot, mate.
Given it
They
a
had
shot.
nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with Mitch here. They could have. They were what? They
JD
finished 4 seconds
agree.
behind. Do you think they could have got the 4 seconds back on pace, or was Mercedes just going to be like, all right, now you're 25 seconds behind with the pit stop?
But to me, they were still ahead of Ricardo. Nothing to lose, mate. What have you got to
Exactly.
lose by trying it?
Go on.
You want
just
my
stop.
view?
Yeah, I want your opinion.
Apart from stuffing up a pit stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Uh,
they could have done that, but when was the last time Ferrari stuffed off pit stop?
Exactly. Go on, name it, JD. Which day?
September 4th, 1864.
I don't think Ferrari existed at that point.
1864, that's a long time ago.
So how good reliable Ferraris are.
Or at least their pit
We
stops.
better edit some history. Henry Ford was not the first production line.
It wasn't a production line. It was Formula One cars. They only had to build 2.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Build the next one when the other one's written off.
Look, I don't think they thought they could get the time back, and I don't think Mercedes would have fallen for the dummy. I don't think they fell for the dummy. And the first time, I don't think they would have brought it again.
If anyone fell for the dummy, it was Ferrari.
Yeah,
Ferrari,
exactly. So
They're a sucker for
Ferrari,
the dummy.
and Ferrari, let's be honest here, the last few years, not the strongest on strategy.
No, and this
Well, that's
is
what we're saying, mate. What did they have to lose by trying something
Yeah,
else?
I know, but this is
The
what I'm
only-
saying is they're not risk takers, and when they do take risks, they
They-
pay off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they're
but
big
see-
gun
fair.
shy now.
This
Alright.
is when we needed
I'll pay
Red,
that.
This is when we needed Red Bull to be, I don't know, half a second quicker. Like,
Yeah.
let's stay within
Half a second a lap.
half a second a lap quicker.
Yeah.
Like, because they're really slow. We need them to be like only 20 seconds off the pace. And then Ricardo could have pitted the third time at the end.
And forced
And
everyone
then
into a
forced forced Vettel onto the tyres, and then that would have forced Hamilton onto the tyres, and then we would have got the interesting race. Because you sent me a message during the race going, because I said to him like, nah, Vettel will pit again, and then that will force everyone onto it. And you're like, wait till lap 60. Well, 60 came, and
I was talking about tire deg.
I was going to say
Yeah, I
60's
know
too
what
late
you
for
were-
that pit stop.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know you were
Yeah.
talking about tire dag, but once
was
my
waiting.
pit stop thing went out the window, I was like, well, all right, JD says 60 laps.
It didn't happen.
Nothing happened.
Hamilton held onto his tyres. Well, so as soon as he got in front of Sebastian, he was straight onto, I don't know if he's recalled during the race, but he was straight onto the team. How do I cool these tyres down? How do I get them to last?
Mm.
I do remember that he was at the end of the race. He was very concerned about, keeping ahead.
Yeah, exactly. He was thinking from the moment he passed for
Well, even as he was getting
about
close to him, he
20
wanted
laps
to, every
down the
lap,
road.
What did he do? What did he do? What has he done?
Yeah.
I know we had all last season where you can't tell the drivers that, but maybe it's just because that's what they're showing us now on the commentary. But is Hamilton asking too much data? Or do you not care that he
I
goes,
don't care.
give him all the data he needs? Like, here's
I don't
your
care. I think data should be open.
Yeah.
They've got it. They've got a radio. Let's talk about it.
let's
Why
use
not?
it.
I mean,
But it did.
everyone wants to win a race, right?
It did show you too how much better that Formula One do their radio than V8 supercars.
Well, V8 supercars, we rely on the commentators telling us what happened on the radio, essentially.
Mm.
Like, you really don't hear too much radio.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
I'd say you don't hear any at all.
You do, but it's very
rare.
Yeah, and they normally talk over it.
They normally talk over it, and it's also very late most of the time, too.
Yeah. But, okay, so we'll quickly wrap up the Formula One. So, Hamilton, unfortunately, took out the
Sucks.
race win. Kimi Raikkonen on the stage. Oh, can we talk about the Mercedes guy that went on the podium? That huge guy.
Oh, Carl.
Yeah,
10
big-
times bigger than everyone.
Big
Fucking
Carl.
Well, Carl was standing on the constructor's step, which
And he
is
was
Carl was
taller
on a
than
lower
Hamilton.
step than everyone, and he was taller than everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
big
quite
Carl
funny.
was huge, especially when they went on for the photo and the end of the on the podium, and he was standing in the middle. Yeah, big. I know why it's called Big Carl.
Yeah, he's not small Carl.
No, no. Small Carl didn't get up there. He was, but he was just not in shot.
He's just short. You couldn't see him. Yeah.
So we go to Monaco next in the Formula One.
My biggest thing in Monaco, Jensen. I don't think he's going to do anything. It's just interesting. I don't think he's going to win.
Weber come out and said Jensen's return's a non-story.
I did see that, and I did read that, and I agree too. It is a non-story. It's just interesting because of the team dynamic, and well, clearly Alonso's not happy, and now McLaren are like, okay, we'll let you do what you want, otherwise you're going to fuck off.
Yeah, well, Alonso also came out and said that if they're not in a race-winning car or showing to be race-winning by 2018 in October, he ain't signing with them.
Oh, you can understand that. Like,
He's only got
you look
another
at Alonso
2 or 3
as a
years.
driver, man.
He's only got another 2 or 3 years left in his prime, and I'm using prime as he's past his prime.
He passed his prime. He's got another championship in him if he's got the right car.
Mm.
But like you say, his time's running up.
So where's he go?
Not many seats available. The rumours were pointing towards Renault.
I could see him back at Renault. That's
That
actually his
team
more
is
likely
starting
option
They're starting to
push
pick up.
because Jolyon
forward.
Palmer,
He's got a bit of an interesting history with Renault, though.
yeah, but we've
pretty
got,
good success with Renault, but
Singapore.
yeah, that's, and
don't
there's
talk
still
about
rumors. There's still rumors about whether he was
Yeah, a
involved.
few people
or
got
not.
banned, never allowed to come to a race again.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
I mean, we do have
For all the
this,
people that don't know what Mitch is talking about, when Alonso was racing for the championship back
2008, somewhere around there.
that
that sounds pretty.
I can't give you
close.
the exact
2000
year. 2008
I
feels
it was
think-
in his
think-
double. Who was it? 06, 07, 08, 07, 08?
07 or
Somewhere
I
around
think.
there.
Yeah.
man. We're all
Anyway,
too old these days.
He basically was in the fight for the championship. He was. They wanted a safety car.
And his teammate caused it.
His teammate. So the team kind of asked the teammate to cause it.
Wasn't Alonso's
and-
fault.
It wasn't as long. I drive the race. I win the race. I win the race.
Yeah, well, the rest is history. But the driver, his teammate, was banned for life from Formula One.
I believe the Renault boss was too.
Yeah, so there was some pretty big
Actually,
things
I
handed
don't
down.
think his teammate was banned, but his teammate had a very hard time finding a new job.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you could just go to look, I will follow
Dude,
team
I am
orders.
a team player, son.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll lay
lead
down. You can walk on me.
You think
Yeah, man.
you think Bottas did good blocking Vettel? I'll take him out.
But all that said, I do like Alonso. He's a great driver, and I think he's got another championship in him if he can pick up a good car.
That's
but
the
yeah,
biggest
there's a lot of rumors flying around at the moment with Vettel, maybe to Mercedes.
I did hear
would
a
open-
Ferrari rumor for Alonso, but
Yeah,
to me, Alonso kind of slapped Ferrari in the face when he left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not going back to Ferrari.
do
I
you
think Ferrari might
but-
be a bit cut about it.
Do you think my finger is pointed in the air right now?
What's that, Vettel?
If Vettel left, do you think and Ham was not available?
Well,
Do you think
Hamilton's
they would
not...
take Alonso?
I think they'd take
Yeah.
Alonso because he's other. You got Vettel, Hamilton, then Alonso are some of the top 3 drivers, if you ask me. So
Yeah, but see, you've also
and if
got...
Alonso
I mean,
wants a new job, they know he'll take it. I
It's
think
a different
there's a lot
culture
of
at
talk
Ferrari
now
now.
about, like,
it's
you know,
a different boss
Ricciardo,
too. It's a different
Ricciardo
boss.
leaving
Red Bull.
Red
yeah.
Bull.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see Ricciardo leaving Red Bull, but I can't see Alonso joining Red Bull.
I can't see Alonso joining Red Bull because at this point, I think if Alonso looked at joining Red Bull, he'd be like, it's not a forward move, it's a sideways move.
Yeah.
It's a better car,
I mean,
but
it's
it's
a
not.
forward sideways.
Yeah.
It's a diagonal.
Yeah.
Let's go with diagonal.
All right, yeah, I'm good with diagonal.
That's a forward sideways.
It's not a jump. It's a bit of a slide. It's like, oh, got a bit loose there.
We can fight for podiums.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong
Bottas
with
fails.
third.
No, to be honest, I could see Alonso going back to Ferrari because management is different there now. And if they look at what's available, they could take him. Like, I don't think it would take much to attract Alonso back to there, but I think it would take a bit for Ferrari to want him back.
Yeah, I think
All you
it's
need to do
some
to get Alonso
sour taste
back
there.
is just be like, see this? Ferrari badge, not Honda badge.
Yeah.
You
What
just
is that? It's not Honda.
This one's red, man.
I'll sign anything that's
Oh.
not Honda.
Red
Yeah.
ones go fast, except for that 4 years that I was there.
It'd be interesting to see how he does in Indy, though.
Indy will be interesting.
Very
That's
interesting
coming
times.
Okay, let's.
Well, he was.
I just find it
today.
interesting they've let their top driver go do something else
that shows you
on
how
one of the
shit-
biggest races.
That
there.
shows you how crap their car is.
On
They
the-
don't care.
Yeah, but it's also on the least power dependent track of the year.
Yeah, but he's
Where
got
they
to
could
qualify.
do well.
They could do well.
They could do well. The straight's not even straight there.
It's not even wide there
it's
either.
true.
It's just like
yeah.
He's
DRS
never-
is a bit
Well, maybe-
pointless.
The point
maybe
they've
he's
got
just
is
leaving it all
never,
for Jensen.
He's never ever going to win this race in Monaco.
Not in the car he's got.
No. He could be competitive. He could get another top 10, but he's not going to win it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call a podium for it.
No, me neither. So him going, well, I don't know if you've watched any of the pre-race stuff, but he did quite lengthy interviews before this race.
I missed a bit of it because of my brother's box party, but
Oh yeah,
I don't need to talk about that. Casino, man. Fuck the casino. That's all I can say.
But yeah, so he basically opened up and said, well, you know, it's where my car now is not competitive. I can go to Indy and actually be competitive. It comes down to the driver, but he's in a competitive car. He's in a car that can win.
Well, yeah, Honda's competitive.
Okay, okay, Formula One's pretty much done, all right? Let's talk about the biggest news in supercars at the moment. Adrian Burgess is being put on forever gardening leave from HRT. JD, are you surprised?
I am not. After the way it sort of all rolled downhill last meeting, and we talked about last podcast, actually, heads had to roll.
Something had
He's
to change.
just the biggest head.
Yeah, Mitch, you agree with that as well? You're not super surprised?
I'm not entirely surprised. You know, I thought he'd do better than he did there, but the way everything's gone, it's not surprising he doesn't have a job anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You
look,
got to start at the top.
Yep. And
Like
so-
where he came from and that, like you'd expect. And I guess that's what the team thought. They expected him to do a lot better than he has done.
After now he's got the bullet, you look at everyone's posting all the stats. Not Flash. Like, he didn't really put the cars anywhere.
HRT haven't been any better since he turned up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
They've
why
not
I see
been
it.
better. They've been probably worse.
Mm.
They've been pretty lackluster in the last 3 years. So
Yeah, exactly.
Because after last episode...
no consistency.
Are they
in
even
that.
HRT anymore?
Well, they're not HRT. Sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Walkinshaw, my bad.
Mobile One Racing, Walkinshaw Racing.
HSV, whatever.
yeah.
Boost Mobile.
Yeah.
No, well, after last episode, when you were talking about James Courtney's Facebook Live, I went and rewatched that. Yeah, he's devastated. The most exciting thing in that video is when he's saying, "Oh, we're going to go for a beer."
Yeah, when Ryan Walkinshaw walks over and we're gonna go for a beer. Do you want to drive? Do you want us to come with us? I
Ladies
got my
bro.
own car.
I don't want to sit with you dudes.
But yeah, so we don't know who is taking over from Adrian Burgess. Apparently, Mark Larkham is a bit shocked at the decision, but
At the moment, they've got their second in charge will be standing in, but yeah, there's not.
There's no
I
big
don't know-
engineers to grab.
I
There's
don't
no
know
one to
who
grab.
they're gonna steal.
There's no one to grab.
Well, they're gonna have to steal
Yeah, clearly.
unless they take someone from
but
outside of
either
they bring
way,
someone from GT or something.
Yeah, like Formula One or GT or stuff like that. Well, this is the thing. He's had Formula One experience with McLaren.
Mm.
Like a lot of these big guys. So maybe they've got to attract an Australian or an Englishman that wants to move to a nicer country than England back to Australia.
Which isn't hard because we don't have grey skies all the time.
yeah.
Sorry, English people.
Yeah. Back
have
to
a few.
Australia
But let's face it, you didn't
to
want
run
to
this
live
team.
there
And it's got to be a good challenge for someone, really. Surely.
yeah, well, someone
there's
that's-
definitely a challenge there, but for Walkinshaw, sorry,
Yeah.
it has to be someone that's, got some sort of track record and ready to prove themselves.
But there has to be more in the team than just him to change.
Oh, definitely. I think they need to
Like their cars
invest in
can't
the
be
team.
good.
They haven't brought any engineers.
They haven't done anything. All they did was get
They
Burgess, hoping that his Red Bull magic would
Well,
come
they
with.
They
They
did
got
get two
Burgess and they
engineers
got
last
Courtney.
year. They did get two engineers last year. They took they got fired the two engineers they had working for Garth and
That was mid-year
Courtney.
too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was mid-year. It was a big thing. And they stole engineers from GRM, I think, and someone else, which were HRT Glory Days Scafie engineers
Back in the day, yeah.
back in the day. And they did get a little boost from it, but I think it kind of timed wrong. I think it was actually after Darwin they fired them and they hired them before Townsville, which they're going to run at well anyway. So the new engineers look like freaking heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, street tracks, they've always done well there. So
Yeah,
so-
exactly. Well, drivers can drag the car a little bit further up the field, and also I think their cars are better.
But yeah,
on.
like with the 90-degree bends and stuff you get on street tracks, it's just
Well, just
it
even
comes
with
down
the-
more to the driver than the car because of how hard you've got to stop, how slow you have to go around some of those.
Oh yeah, I
corners.
don't know what the HRT
Like, they don't
cars
flow.
do,
Yeah,
or the Walkinshaw cars do. Sorry, but they just street circuits. They're well quicker than everyone
I think
else.
they ride
Maybe
curbs
they're very good.
really well.
Yeah, that and they're good with the grip
So-
limited tracks and
yeah, and like you say, it's just it seems like it's an easier setup for street tracks most of the time.
Yeah,
'Cause
they're
everyone's moving
on the
all
ball.
slow when it comes on the corners and stuff like that.
Yeah, but yeah, so they need to do what DJR did. Open the checkbook.
Get $1 million,
Well, more.
$100 million,
more than
Yeah.
a million.
But
$1
yeah,
million.
honestly, that's what they got to do. Red Bull didn't get where they are for no reason.
No,
DJR's
exactly,
not
yeah.
where they are for no reason. They went and brought one of the best engineers from the team that was winning every race to come work for them.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
And he wasn't just an engineer
Walkinshaw
that sets a car up.
needs
He was
to-
one that builds the cars, designs the
Walkinshaw
cars.
needs to buy Ludo.
Yeah, but 3-year deal, so that's not happening. This is what
Pay
we're
him out.
talking
Pay him
about.
out.
I'd rather Ludo stay where he is, mate, because that works well for me. I'm just saying.
Oh, the
By
Ford
the way,
fan
Ford-
comes out.
There's a Ford man over here.
Would you like
Talked about
to?
this last time I was on it, mate.
Did we?
Yeah. But at that stage, they weren't winning.
They were looking good though, mate.
All right, so that's enough about Adrian Burgess and that.
We got Todd
Well,
Hazelwood
Todd Hazelwood's going to be
testing.
testing in the BJR car during the co-driver session. That's pretty big news.
Yeah, he'll be driving Tim Blanchard's car at Winton. They're going to sort of put him through a bit of a trial to see whether they want him for co-driver thing for the
Todd Hazelwood would make
Pertec
it good.
Enduro Cup. He should, if he doesn't get this drive, there's something wrong.
Todd Hazelwood needs to make it into
Yeah,
the main
he's done
game
something
next year.
Badly wrong on that test. if
Yeah,
there's-
I think it'll be more driven by money. I think he'll
Yeah,
do a
that's
good
true.
job in this test, and I think he deserves a drive. I just think some of these other co-drivers out there are possibly bringing a little bit of financial backing,
Yeah.
where Todd is maybe can bring a little bit, but not heaps.
BJR probably needs lately. Oh,
Well,
what was it?
they wrecked
Tasmania, they ruined
4 cars.
4 or 5 cars. Or
Oh,
something.
Yeah,
they
it
ruined
is.
every car they had racing in both series, pretty much.
Yeah. So like BJR, like I can't say they're broke, but they probably want the coin.
But this will also be an exciting weekend. First of the undercards, wildcard entries.
It will be. It'll be interesting to see how this the dynamic works between the undercard drivers and the main game drivers.
Yeah, and just see how hard they fight. And
Wild card, I mean, not
we know
undercard.
what you meant, mate. It's all good. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how hard they fight and how well they keep up, and how quickly they adapt too. Because while they might be Super 2 drivers, it's not the same game.
No, well, I'm going to use Rulo as a benchmark.
Yeah, that's a good point to start.
Probably not the best benchmark, but
Hey, well, apparently
You
he's
should
the
do better
best
than him,
Super
mate.
2 driver to get into the main game this year. So,
by best you mean biggest checkbook?
yeah, that's what I meant.
Ah, okay, cool. We just had to clear that up for the listeners.
Everyone's out there like, oh, there's no better a Super 2 driver than Alex Rulo.
I never heard of him before.
No
That's
one
because
ever
he was
heard of him.
towards the back.
Had a lot
But,
of money.
but he's probably the best benchmark that we can use.
I think so too.
yeah, he's a good benchmark because of where he's come from.
Oh,
Yeah.
and a quick thing I just wanted to touch on because we're very long episode this week. Matt Campbell came third in the Porsche Super Cup.
That is amazing.
That's pretty good
That's
effort.
a really good job, man.
Mm.
That's the kind of stuff that'll get you a good GT driver.
I think he came
That
fifth
is,
on
yeah.
the Saturday, and in the second race, third on the podium.
That is unbelievable. That's a
And Porsche Factory
really,
pays
really-
very good attention to those races.
yeah.
They
That's
really do. Like,
really,
that's
really
where
they
a
good.
lot of their
qualified
race
both on
drivers
pole,
come
I
from.
believe. Could be wrong, but
Wow.
I think both of them were on pole, but he messed up on the first race. But yeah, come home third, second race, and first time out. That's pretty good effort.
Yeah, and Porsche, they have a massive factory GT team, so win a race like that. Or
All right.
third,
So we'll wrap this up, unless you've got one more thing that
I've
you're
got a
dying
couple more Formula One things.
Okay, a couple more Formula One.
Calm your tits.
All right. What did you think of the numbers? Did you know?
I loved them.
I loved
them.
Ferrari's numbers look sweet.
Yep.
Okay.
Old school as shit. It was wicked.
Quick fire up. Red Bull not running a wing on their engine cover yet.
I
Still
thought they
no
had a
development.
wing.
No development.
Didn't they have a fin?
They've got a fin, but
but
no
then
wing.
no wing. I didn't notice that because those wings are shit.
Now they're one of the only car builders out there not running this wing. What are your thoughts?
It's not entirely hurting them. I mean, yeah, okay, they're not Mercedes Ferrari quick.
They're
keeping up.
everyone else
They're still
quick.
there.
They're
They're
faster
still there.
than a lot of the others.
Exactly. I don't think it's hurting them, and they're probably looking at
How much
It's not
money
hurting
they
us.
saving that year? Like, I mean, that's
Exactly.
just probably
Do-
going to the Christmas party. Like, we won't spend $30,000 on this wing.
and
We'll
they'll
spend
buy a
that on
shitload
the-
of vodka to go with our Red Bull.
Exactly.
They
gonna
all
be-
have heart attacks.
There'll be Jaeger bombs for
Good
as
time,
long
good
as the eye
time.
can see.
We've built cars on Red Bull.
But-
We know what it's like.
The numbers are definitely, they're awesome.
Yeah, they're cool.
Except Force India got fined $37,000.
Yes. Big fine.
Big money.
That's a bit too much. I think it should be a warning. Bit of like,
Well,
come on,
they
dude,
did.
next round, sort it
It's
out.
okay. It's fully suspended till the end of the year because then the FIA will have their Christmas party with everyone's fines.
It's like, nah, man, we need another 37 grand for the tab. You're done.
Yeah.
We're going to need that now.
Well, that's pretty much
to the cash bar.
when everyone gets fined money. It's always suspended till
yeah.
after the last round. But yeah, Force India's numbers look. Well, you couldn't see them, so I guess I don't think that's a
upright.
not a $37,000 fine. Though.
It's not
I think it
worth
should
the
have been
fine,
wide.
mate. It should have
Uh,
been like,
A warning.
sort it out next race. If not, we're going to fuck you up.
yeah.
All right, next one. Ferrari copying Mercedes clutch release.
Oh, with the paddle.
Kimmy didn't
Yeah.
get one.
Kimi did not get one. How do you feel about that as well? Let's
Oh,
double.
Well, it didn't
Double
make much
question.
It didn't
difference
match
to
the
me.
difference, did it? Because
I feel
crashed
like,
out, and then he wasn't allowed to race anymore.
I don't want to talk about that like that, mate.
It was the end of the race, and we just couldn't do anything.
All right, we're just talking about the straight. The start. I don't need to talk about that first corner anymore. I
Up until with a bit where they braked.
don't want to talk about that. But he took off as well as Vettel did, if you ask me. So I don't think it made that much of a difference.
Oh,
Oh.
my questions are done.
Cool. All right,
Cool. I've got to go for a slate.
Mitch, what's your tip for Winton?
Winton? Still want to Ford, mate. Let's go.
Of course, it's going to be a bloody Ford. At this rate, we're all going, oh, which DJR car is going to be up
Yeah.
there?
We'll go for McLaughlin, man. Yeah, I'll go for him. Why not?
JD,
Scotty.
Scotty.
Yeah, he was my man last time I tipped him. He come through.
He's done well, mate. He's done well.
Yep.
I don't want to go, but I'm going to go Fabs. Just because, different to you guys, and screw you, I've got another Kiwi. And
All right, you and your New Zealand mates can fuck off.
Scotty's a New Zealander too, all right?
Yeah, but he's better, so we stole him.
A bit like Russell Crowe. And Crowded House, Australian.
I just can't see Triple Eight being super competitive there. They always struggle at Winton.
Yeah, they've never done well, have they?
Yeah,
Maybe
I
one
think
of
this
the-
will be a DJR show.
Maybe one of the Nissans? Get that jungle juice back in them?
Yeah.
the mystery jungle juice. Yeah.
The E75
Yeah.
or E65.
Well, you never know. Like, Walkinshaw might just pull one out of the hat.
They need to.
They're not going
Well,
to.
they need to, but between firing an engineer and all the other stuff, I don't think it's going to happen, mate.
No, so it's pretty much
Scotty.
Scotty. Well, one of the Pro Drive guys, they could, Chaz, there's always Chaz.
Chaz could do quite well as
Chaz
well.
could do well. Winterbottom has not impressed me at all this year.
He did
He's
quite
coming
well.
back,
He helped
though.
Scotty out quite a lot in the last race.
Oh, yeah, but...
Pushed him.
He did. Past his teammate.
Oh, you want to get past Mustard? I'll help you out.
No worries, buddy. Here you go.
But okay, so it's Scotty, and Fabs is our round pick. We will be back next week for episode 31. I believe it will just be us two. Mitch, you fly back?
Well, I could just do my Skype thing.
We'll see. If you like Mitch being on the show, let us know. If you don't, write in. No.
You don't want to hear about it. I'm pretty fragile.
All right. Well, thank you guys for sticking around for our 12-month 1-year anniversary episode. It's been a little bit longer than normal. A few more jokes. It's been a good episode. I enjoyed it. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, it's good fun, mate.
If you do like the show, don't forget to leave a review on any of your podcasting apps that you do on iTunes. It really does help us out. If you want to check out our website, we're breakinglate.com, or you can head over to our Facebook, which is facebook.com/breakinglate. If you want to shoot us an email, breakinglate@gmail.com. That's about it.
I think it's all.
We'll be back next week.
Too easy.
Catch you guys later.
Catches.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.